Hey, this is for the meeting with Kristen Barcom. Uh, it's on Jean Kathern Parfitt. This is the second video for that meeting. Um, this is where Jean lives in the family tree. She's the wife of Bernard Joseph Kern, and here's William Bernard Kern, which is the subject of the first video for the meeting. Okay, this is the worksheet I have for Jean. Uh, she had what, 6, 7 children, 8 children. Um, this is basically what research I've done on her. I haven't done much because been focusing on other challenges on my main line, and she's not main line for me. Uh, been informed that Jean was a military nurse. It looks like very strongly like a Navy. Some suggestions were in there that it was Air Force. Here's the various correspondence we've had and where we stand in 2022, actually. So Jean is on Family Search. There's not much more information there than what I have in my files, except this popped up today. And she's actually shows up as Jean Roy in the Social Security information, which is kind of interesting because that's her first husband. This is her first husband, Henry J. Roy. He was killed, as I understand it, in the Pacific. He was a pilot in an airplane. Don't know. I haven't been able to find any details on him at all. And so anyway, so our concern is about Jean being a nurse. Now that looks like a whole lot like a nurse's outfit to me. And in fact, most of her pictures, she's a nurse. And the research that I've done, I showed you that Family Search. She has a Find a Grave memorial with not a whole lot of information on it. And she's buried at Arlington National. Let's see if it'll go there now. And if you go to the Arlington National site and you search on Jean Kern, you'll come up with 2. This person was an Army officer. This person's mine. Because when you print this out, it'll print out Bernard is on the other side of this stone. It'll print out both sides of the stone. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's her in Arlington National. It also says in some of the paperwork that she was a UMC, which you've helped me with in finding out what the terms in the Navy are by this resource. Okay. I'm going to page through this so you have it. But I don't, there's not a whole lot of military information in it. Here's where she married Bernard, my uncle. And the family name Kern has a lot of information in it about this family. That can be found in there's a URL for finding it in the descriptions for this video. City directories, births of children, where they took place at. There's one military record in here I don't want to skip over. Okay, this is the Department of Defense records, and there is that kind of blows it out more to proportion. Let me see if I can find it. There she is. Jean A. Kern, which may or may not be her. Then center, the middle initials off. Well, I'm trying to bring up the details. Personnel procedures section. And that's in the Bureau of Aeronautics. So that may or may not be her. It can be found in the U.S. Registry for Civil, Military, and National Service. Okay, I don't think that's that important. Here's the URL for that information. I would think that she would be in there because, and Naval Service, she would be in there. Here's some of the details. Official Registry of the United States. These links are all in the description. And you can buy a portion of the book at Amazon. Well, you could. The time I did this, now they seem to be out of print. And it's a document that goes under several names. Okay. Okay. And then we keep on paging down through here. They moved to Virginia Beach. These are children marriages now. And now we get to the funeral. Okay, now the information that I have basically is she's buried in Arlington National. Here's veteran burials. So she shows up there. That's in Ancestry. And there's the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs burial death file. And there's the URL for getting to that. And this is what you get when you print off the Arlington National information. Sometime today. There we go. So you get both sides of the gravestone, which is nice because there was only one before in 2022 when we were looking at this. So this is a new app that they have at Arlington National. And I kind of enjoyed using it today because you can get directions. And actually, they give you the map, but they didn't draw it out on there. They do on the app. So you can find the grave. This is the one. Is this the one? Nope. No, there it is. QMC, U.S. Navy. So I'm told that's a quartermaster. And this one doesn't have it on it. So that was the only document I found the quartermaster on. Associated URL. Okay, this is a URL. She's down here quite far down here. If it is her, it's got the right dates. Okay. It's U.S. Army, though. There we go. Jean Kathern Kern. And it says U.S. Air Force, Lieutenant Colonel. And it's got the right grave number. And it has the right dates. So, but it's Air Force instead of Navy. And it's a Lieutenant Colonel instead of a quartermaster. So a little confusion there. And here's the Form 180 that I sent in 2016. That didn't generate anything. I had help for this family from Bernard when he was living, would send me information about his wife and himself. And John Kern, the oldest son, was working with me. So when this bounced, John sent one in, and John was working in 2016 through 2022 on this. And basically, as far as I know, John never received anything. John's no longer with us. He died in 2022 also. So I'm looking for information on him if I can find it. I haven't been able to find much on him either. So that's basically all the data I've got on her. You're welcome to any of the files I've got. And basically, let's see what's in the rest of this stuff. That's veterans' graves. That was the Arlington site. That was the printouts. So I think I've given you everything that I've got as far as her military information. It's awful lean and awful thin. And like I said, I've been off on my main line and not doing a lot of research on this family. And I spent a lot of time on William Kern this year. All righty.